To create a task template in ProWorkflow, firstly navigate to Settings in the nav bar, and then click on Task Templates under Workflow. You can add a brand new task template, or base a new template on an existing template, or select an active project to base your template off those tasks. We're going to go ahead and click on Add a new template. Here I'm also going to add an extra 5 tasks to this to make a total of 6. For this example, we'll pretend that I run a web development company, and therefore I do a lot of web development projects. So I'm going to go ahead and create a task template for web development. And I normally do my development projects in 2 different phases. I have my design phase, which includes my initial concept and my client approval. And then I have my development phase, which includes my development of the solution, and launch and testing. Now, because my 2 phases are simply headings and they serve no functional purpose, the first thing I'm going to do is select the heading type. If I wish to emphasize any of these tasks, I can simply select them as bold tasks. I'm also going to go ahead and indent these 2 tasks underneath each phase to go ahead and make them subtasks. In order to help me with my project plan, I know that it usually takes me about 1 to 3 days to go ahead and complete my initial concept. And it usually takes about a day for me to go ahead and get client approval. Now, I might only work an hour or 2 each day, but this just aids you in creating your project. My development of the solution normally takes about 10 days, and I can usually finish launch and testing in about 3 days. Now I'm going to click on the drop-down next to each task. Here I can go ahead and have a default description that comes in with the task each time I apply it to a project, upload a file that is included with the task by default when I apply this template to a project, assign a staff member that is brought across, or a contractor. Here I'm going to go ahead and assign Peter Parker to each task as he's my designer and developer. I'm also going to go ahead and set my priority and allocate some time to each task. You can also mark the tasks as billable or non-billable. So here we can go ahead and fill out all the information. Once you've filled out the information, simply click on Done to create your task template. We can now see what this will look like in a project by going to the Project page and clicking on New Project. Let's go ahead and run a task templates test. Select a client, click on Next, enter the description, bring across any users you wish to bring over to the project, and I'm going to go ahead and apply the web dev template. As you can see, because I selected from day 1 to day 3 here, it automatically has populated the rest of my dates for me by me simply giving it a start date. And that's how you create a task template in ProWorkflow and apply it to a project.